Growing up over the years, there's a lot of things that come to mind as you get a little bit older. When I was a young boy, I always wanted a dog. And of course, we never had real good hunting dogs much, but I always wanted a good one. One day I went out of the house and I was messing around out in the backyard and walked around the corner of the house down towards the highway. And lo and behold, down there was an old coon dog, a good old hound that somebody had throwed out. I went up there and began to pet him and scratch his ears, and I noticed that he was so old that he didn't hardly have any teeth anymore. And my heart just went out to that old dog. I just thought it was terrible that somebody'd hunt that old dog all his life, and when he got old, haul him off and just throw him out to die a slow and miserable death. Well, me and that old dog, we hit it off pretty good, and I took him to the house, and Lord of mercy, I took after that dog. He'd lay out on the back porch and sleep there by my bedroom, and I'd go out the back door, scratch his ears, and I'd feed him and I'd water him. I tried to hunt that old dog some, but he is so old. The first time we walked off down in the woods, why, he got tired and he couldn't make it back, so I had to carry my dog back to the house, laid him on the porch, and let him know it was all right. I still loved him. He was my friend. That old dog and I had sat out there many times on that porch and listened to the sounds in the distance and just enjoy it. That old dog, he was so old, he'd lay there and he'd sleep with his head down. Late at night, he'd hear the other old young hounds running. Raise his head up, listen carefully. Then he'd just howl and go back to sleep. Well, that old dog didn't make it long. Went out one day and he'd on to the last big hunt in the sky. Kind of broke my heart. Started giving some thought about where I'd bury that old dog. And, among my people, where you buried is important. My wife says she's going to bury me down Pleasant Hill Cemetery, down on Toledo Bend Lake. It's a ghostly place, and I really wasn't very open to that till her daddy went for me, and he's down there now, got a few friends. So when they lay me to rest down there, I think I'll find something to do, won't have much to complain about. But I love that old dog, and I give some thought to where I'd bury him at. Took him down the woods, got a good quiet hillside, took my shovel, buried him on that old quiet hillside, covered him up, put an old stick cross at the head of his grave, said a few words over him, left him down there in the woods to listen to the birds sing and watch the squirrels run in a good, quiet, peaceful place. As I grow older, I think about that old dog a lot. How sorry it was to hunt him all his life, and when he got old, to throw him away. Always was raised to appreciate the old folks, treat them with respect. The other day, I went out on the back porch, sat down in the sunset, watched it go down, and looked out across the fields, watching the cars running up and down the road, thinking about all them old young hounds. Sat there a minute, raised my head up and howled, went back to sleep.